Okay, students. So my name is Palak Patel. I am working in the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari, in Civil Engineering Department. I am going to teach you the subject is Civil Engineering, Social and Global Impact. In this subject, we will learn Module 1 Introduction. So in the previous lecture, we discussed pre-industrial revolution day, industrial revolution day, agriculture revolution, IT revolution, and major civil engineering breakthrough innovations. We complete all these all these topics. So in this lecture, we will cover ecosystem and sustainability. These both topics are more important compared to exam point of view because these both topics are more lengthy, and sustainability is most prominent topic which covered in most of the chapters, right? So these both things are connected with environment, ecosystem and sustainability. It's not too hard, but it's just important for the understanding. Okay, so shall we start with the ecosystem? Ecosystem means a living community of a plant and animal, in any area together with the non-living components of the environment such as soil, air, water is called ecosystem. Means ecosystem, I can say in the simple word, living community. Let's change color of pen. It will be green. Okay, imagine there is a living community. Its relation with non-living community. So in between these two is relation is called ecosystem. Connection between living and non-living organism is called ecosystem. Imagine there is a human here, okay, is covered by a bubble. Then second human and is also covered by a bubble. So these two human 1 and human 2, both have a different ecosystem because they are not interconnected with each other. Okay, simple logic. Let's erase all the ink and I can show you figure. Look at you. In this figure, you read insect, sunlight, termite, rotting log, fungi, bacteria, frog. So these all are connected with surrounding environment. Surrounding environment is called ecosystem. The relation between living organism with its surrounding environment is called ecosystem. Right? So fish has surrounding around environment is water. Right? This insect has surrounding environment is grass. So the insect has a different ecosystem. Same thing for the fish, have different ecosystem. Right? So ecosystem are less, some ecosystem is less affected by human disturbance. Ecosystem can be damaged by human disturbance, and other are highly fragile and quickly destroyed by human activities like forest, desert. These things are highly fragile if human activity destroy it. Okay, ecosystem degradation. Degradation means reduce ecosystem. Degradation means reduce. Ecosystem frequently disturbed by human action which lead to extinction. Extinction means erase. Extinction of species of plant and animals can be live only in a different ecosystems, can live only in different ecosystems. Okay, so then we have a keystone species. Keystone species means what? If species eliminated seriously affected the ecosystem is called keystone species. Means if ecosystem is affected or sometimes some disturbed, and these species are erased, these species are extinct, it's called keystone ecosystem. Means some animals only can live on some special ecosystem. Means remember that the some birds, some animals are only live in the desert, only live on a desert. They cannot live on a grassland, on a forest. Okay, there are some. Okay, so here are some keystone species of India: leopard, Kadyar, then after one horn rhino, red panda, pangolin, then Nilgiri bandar, Nilgiri langur, and Royal Bengal tiger, great Indian bustards. So these are the keystone species. These species cannot live on the other areas. You can find out great Indian bustard in a Rajasthan and Kutch area in a small grassland, right? So I am giving some work for you. Find out location, residential area. There's a of these all animals. Where you can find this animal in India. Find out and write it down in the comment. Can you believe it? This snow leopard and red panda you can find in India. At which state? At which state? Just write it down in the comment. You cannot believe it. So many animal species we have. And so many animal species are keystone species and endangered species. Find it out all the things. Okay. Then after we discuss about the value of ecosystem. So value of ecosystem, we have first value, direct value. Direct value. Direct value means people depend upon directly. Okay. They can use by people. There's some fruits and firewoods. These are directly collected from ecosystem. And these are used for the consumption. Used for the consumption. And some material they are used for the production. Like timber and fish. Right? Direct value means what? People depend upon directly. People collect all the things directly from the ecosystem. Second one is indirect value. Indirect value means what? There is a non-consumptive value, like scientific research, bird watching, and these indirect value are used for the preserving. These are used for the preserving and ethical and emotional aspect. Direct value don't have all the things. This type of emotional or ethical values, they don't have direct value. But indirect value, we have ethical and emotional values. Right? Okay. Sorry. Then after we have some types of ecosystem. So first we have a natural and man-made ecosystem. There's a two type. First is a natural and second is man-made. But there are some subdivided between natural and man-made. So natural we have terrestrial and aquatic. Nature divided between two parts, terrestrial and aquatic, and man-made, agriculture and industrial. Agriculture and industrial. Remember one thing here: terrestrial, agriculture and industrial both are terrestrial ecosystem. Agriculture and industrial both are terrestrial ecosystem. But these two ecosystems are constructed by a man, by a human. So this agriculture industrial ecosystem is called as a man-made ecosystem, but indirectly it's a terrestrial ecosystem, right? Then after we have terrestrial, natural terrestrial forest, grassland, and desert. In aquatic we have marine, pond, lake, and river, right? So first we discuss about terrestrial ecosystem. First is forest, grassland, and desert. Remember just figures. Okay. If forest, you can see a tree, a big tree are there. In the grassland, you can see small grasses. In the desert, you can see a desert, small scrub, big tree, but not too much higher. So just remember the figure in your mind. So forest ecosystem you can write down easily. What is the characteristic of forest ecosystem? Simple. You can find a big trees are there in a forest. You can find a leaves of a tree which is on the soil. On the ground you can find a leaves, right? And sunlight doesn't reach on the ground easily because of the big tree cover all the areas. So it's called forest ecosystem. Okay. Right. So grassland, you can see a small grass which is eaten by some deer or some goat or some other animals. In the desert area you can see a desert area. Okay. So first about forest ecosystem. So forest ecosystem is structurally defined by trees, scrubs, and climbers and ground cover. Simple logic here. Definition is so simple. So what are threats? Threats are grow very slowly. It's grow very slowly. So forest ecosystem is very slowly to cover. Okay. If timber is fall beyond certain limit, timber is failed beyond certain limit, the forest cannot regenerate. Forest cannot regenerate. Gap in the forest changes the habitat quality for its animal. Forests are sinking as our need for agricultural land increasing. So these are the threats, dangerous things which degrade the forest ecosystem. Right? You have to remember the threats, okay? You can see the figure here. These are the forest ecosystem. This figure is a what is a food web. Food web of forest ecosystem. You don't have to remember this food web, but I just provide here because you can find out the bear, cougar, lions, and these things are found in the forest ecosystem, right? Okay. Just remember the figures of all ecosystem. You will write down anything about this ecosystem, just remember the figures. Okay. Then after grassland ecosystem. So grassland ecosystem, there is a vegetation mainly from by grasses, okay, and small annual plants. And in this grassland you can find out where rainfall is low and soil quality is poor. Right? At this area you can find out grassland. So some threats means some dangerous things which destroy a grassland by used by pastoral community. Pastoral community means by herders. You can say the herding livestock. They movement with the livestock. Livestock means you can call a goat or just okay. They move one place by another by feeding a grassland by the animals. Okay, and there's land used by common grazing lands, and conversion of grassland into irrigated farmland, conversion of grassland into irrigated farmland. So these are the three treaties, right? Then after we have a grassland ecosystems. Just I told you, just remember the figures. You can write down easily about anything, easily about ecosystems. Okay. The third one is desert ecosystem. Desert ecosystem is easily destroyed by human activity. The species, the animals which can live on a dry area, they cannot live any other specialized habitat. They are extremely dry and may rain only once every few years. May rain only once every few years. And in the India, Ladakh is called cold desert. Ladakh is called cold. Some threats are desert ecosystem is human population, extensive irrigation, evaporated canal water brings the salt to the surface and region becomes saline. These are the threats of desert ecosystem. How? So human population affect the desert. Same for the irrigation is destroy a desert. Okay, by the irrigation the water brings the salt to the surface from the bottom. Okay, then after therefore region became saline. Region became saline. Remember the figure, it's a desert ecosystem. Just remember the figures, doesn't take anything else required. This you can write down anything. It's okay. So second is aquatic ecosystem. In aquatic ecosystem, we have a marine, pond, lake, and river. So marine ecosystem is highly saline. Okay, there are more salty marine ecosystem, but we can find less saline as river delta. At river delta, we can find a coral reef and river delta covered by a mangrove forest. So we have two types of ecosystem. First is coral reef and second is mangrove forest. Right? So largest mangrove forest is Sundarban Delta of Ganga River, the largest mangrove forest. And okay, here is the largest. Find out the longest. Find out the longest mangrove forest in India. Okay, find these things. ऐसे सीख चले जाओगे. So second one is pond ecosystem. So pond is the simple. The water only in monsoon. Imagine there is one pond here, okay, which filled in the monsoon. Then after in the summer or in the winter, it will become a dry. There is no water. There is no water in the pond ecosystem in between summer and winter. Okay, the ponds become dry after the rains over. They are covered by a terrestrial plant for the rest of the years. Okay, when water in the pond, then life forms such as algae and microscopic animals, insect and snail and worm. Crabs, frog and fish return to the pond after a pond filled by water, you can find out this type of animals. In the dry season, you cannot see anything this type of animals. Okay. Then after lake ecosystem, lake is called a giant permanent pond. Giant permanent pond. In the lake, we can find out big fish like catfish. Okay. Some other living organism like algae, microscopic animal, and small fish we can find out in the lake ecosystem. But there is a difference between the lake and pond ecosystem. Then in the lake we can find out big fishes because it's a permanent filled by water, right? Then river ecosystem. Because river ecosystem is flowing water. Okay, so in this river we this animal can be survive which is live in the flowing water, like water beetle, water skaters, and some fish mahseer you can find in the river ecosystem. Okay, so there is a threat in the aquatic ecosystem. Threats to aquatic ecosystem. These threats are common for the all aquatic ecosystem. For the pond, for the lake, for the desert, sorry, not the desert, for the pond, for the lake, for the river or marine. These threats are the same. Okay. For the sewage, water pollution, sewage, purely poorly managed solid waste, extensive use of fertilizer. Extensive use of fertilizer. So these three threats are for the aquatic ecosystem, right? But you read it here, it's eutrophication. Eutrophication. Eutrophication means reduce oxygen in water. Simple. Eutrophication is a process by which oxygen reduction in water. Okay. So by a sewage or by a waste, reduce oxygen because this waste is decomposed by using oxygen. By using oxygen. Right? And by the fertilizer, a nutrition will be increased in the water. And by the increase the nutrition, we can find out algae in there. Algae in the water. And this algae is use oxygen, and then after in the water you can find out oxygen is reduced, right? So oxygen reduced, what happened? Fish will die because they required oxygen, right? BOD or COD, biological oxygen demand or chemical oxygen demand, these things are connected with this, but it's not too much required. You just remember the threads. What is sewage, poorly managed solid waste, and excessive use of fertilizer. So you just remember the name and explain this eutrophication in your words. Just remember these things, okay? You don't have to remember the definition of BOD and COD. Now the second topic is sustainability. Sustainability. Sustainability means meeting the needs of today without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. It's called sustainability. In a simple word, I can say you can use a resources which is available today, without effect of future generation requirement. Future generation requirement is called sustainability. Okay. Resources means what? Resources means means a simple word I can say, you can the petrol or diesel. Okay, I am giving the example for this. You use a petrol and diesel for the transportation or energy production. Okay, so this petrol and diesel is crude oil is a resources. Crude oil, it's a resources. Now what happened? You use crude oil as excessive. Its demand is high, so you use it again and again and again, and your crude oil is finished from the earth. So what happened for the future generation? What you left for your future generation is called a sustainability. Using a resources without compromising the ability of future generation. Okay, I'm talking about only resources, but in the mind you can talk about environment. You destroy your environment, you destroy your ecosystem. Future generation cannot see this type of environment. Future generation cannot able to see a new species or animals. So we have to save these things. And sustainability means what? Save this thing plus growth. We are going to save the environment, but we did not compromise our growth. It's called sustainability. Right? In short, look at I am writing here in short, sustainability look to protect our natural environment, human and ecological health. Human and ecological health is called sustainability. Right? Now we have a three pillars of sustainability. Three pillars. First is social, environment and ecological. And by these three we can sustainable. Okay, so first priority is environment, second is society, and last one is economy. So by these three components, social, environment and economic, we can provide a sustainability. So it's called three pillars of sustainability. We will discuss this in the detail. First is social sustainability. Social sustainability means I can call up people. A process for creating sustainable, successful places that promote well-being by understanding what people need from the places they live and work. What people need from the places they live and work. And social sustainability we can call as equitable, diverse, connected and democratic, which provide a good quality of life. Simple definition. Connection with people. We have to provide equality. We have to provide democracy. It's called a social sustainability. We have to provide a chance to all the human for the growth. For their growth. It's called a social sustainability. Right? Second one is environment sustainability. In the environment sustainability, we have to provide planet. Save the planet. Save the environment. Right? So it's a responsible interaction with the environment to avoid depletion or degradation of natural resources. We cannot harm our natural resources. It's called environment sustainability. When nature is left alone, is tremendous ability to care for itself. Environment can easily recover if we left it alone. So it means we can say the human is a problem on the earth. If human left alone, the earth will be recover itself. That doesn't mean to okay okay environment sustainability. I hope you understand. So you look at here. I write down people here. Okay. Here planet. So you can remember easily. Social sustainability, connection with people. Environment, connection with planet. Then of sustainable agriculture. Okay, there is an environment. We have two types of sustainability. First for the agriculture and second phase of forestry. Agriculture, we have used a farming technique that protect the environment. Agriculture almost damage the environment because using of fertilizers, some pesticides. So by these pesticides and fertilizers, we destroy our environment. So sustainable agriculture means what? Technique, Using some new technique which protect the environment, which not much harmful for the environment. Then after forestry, forest resources to meet the needs of society and industry while preserving the health of the forest. Okay. Then after economic sustainability, that is simple. Profit. We talk about profit. When development which move towards the social and environmental sustainability is financial feasible. Means we move towards social and environmental sustainability, we require a fund, we require a money. So money is connected with financial feasibility, so economic sustainability is required, right? Then after erosion of sustainability, there are some causes. Okay, for the sustainability, we have some causes like population, poverty, industrialization, massive increase in power, technological revolution, urbanization, deforestation, overexploitation, contamination of surface and groundwater, widespread use of fossil fuel, intensive agriculture, over irrigation, overuse of fertilizer and soil erosion. Then after desertification, high living standard, use of vehicle, overgrazing, destruction of wild habitats. These are the causes of sustainability. Loses erosion sustainability. These are the causes of erosion sustainability. Right? Look, all the points are connected with environment. Connected with environment. Right? So just write down the points and nothing else. Just required to understand these things. Now we are going to provide two practice question here. Define ecosystem and explain any two ecosystem with their traits. In this question, you have give the definition of ecosystem and explain any two with their traits. So you can write out aquatic, terrestrial, forest, right? Forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, marine ecosystem. You can add down any two ecosystem with their traits, right? And the second one is how to control sustainability. How to control sustainability. So in this question number 2, you have to write down the pillars of sustainability. Okay, pillars of sustainability, right? And mistakes are the portals of discovery. I hope you can read it out. Okay, mistakes are the portals of डिस्कवरी. मतलब गलतियाँ करोगे तभी तो सीखोगे, सीधी बात है. अच्छा, गलती नहीं करोगे तो सीखोगे कैसे? जब काम ही करोगे तभी गलती करोगे. जो काम करेगा वो मिस्टेक करेगा, और जो मिस्टेक करेगा वही कुछ नया सीखेगा. जो बंदा काम ही नहीं करता वो मिस्टेक नहीं करेगा, तो वो कुछ सीखेगा भी नहीं। तो गलतियां करने से मत डरो यार। मिस्टेक्स आर द पोर्टल्स ऑफ डिस्कवरी। आपको पता है आपके अभी जो वैक्सीनेशन चल रहा है, वैक्सीनेशन चल रहा है, तो वैक्सीन जो फाइंड हुई थी ना, वो भी मिस्टेक से फाइंड हुई थी। फर्स्ट वैक्सीन मिस्टेक से फाइंड हुई थी। Okay, so mistakes are the portals of discovery. Next lecture we will discuss about global warming and so many topics we have, but they are not so important, so we will cover in only one lecture these things. Okay, so we will meet soon. Till then, goodbye.